From transhumanism to totalitarianism, the dark reality of NeuroLink and Twitter's acquisition. Hey guys, have you heard about the recent acquisition of NeuroLink by Twitter? It might not seem like a big deal at first glance, but when you start to dig a little deeper, things start to get a little eerie. You see, NeuroLink is a neurotechnology company that deals with technology to mix and connect human beings in a form that is known as transhumanism. And when you pair that with the fact that Twitter is one of the biggest social media platforms out there, you start to see the potential implications of this merger. So in this video, we're going to take a closer look at this acquisition and the dark reality of what it could mean for our future. From the mind of Elon Musk to the world of transhumanism, we'll dive deep into the conspiracy theories and the possible dangers of this technology. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's talk about the true implications of the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter. Background on Elon Musk. So before we dive into the implications of the merger, let's talk a little bit about the man behind it all, Elon Musk. You might be familiar with some of his other ventures like PayPal, SpaceX, and Tesla. But what you might not know is that he's also the founder of NeuroLink. Now, you might be wondering, what does a guy who builds rockets and electric cars know about neurotechnology? Well, let me tell you, he's no stranger to big, ambitious projects. But there's more to this story than just a wealthy entrepreneur with a passion for technology. Musk has been vocal about his concerns over the potential dangers of artificial intelligence and how it could be used to control and manipulate human beings. And it's this fear that has driven him to create NeuroLink, with the goal of creating technology that can enhance human capabilities and extend lifespans. But as we'll see, there's also a darker side to this story. What is transhumanism? So you've probably heard the term transhumanism thrown around in this video, but what exactly is it? Transhumanism is a movement that aims to use technology to enhance human capabilities and extend lifespans. It's a vision of a future where humans and machines merge to create a new form of being. It sounds like a dream come true, right? A world where we are smarter, stronger, and can live forever. But like any dream, it comes with its own set of nightmares. One of the main concerns about transhumanism is the loss of privacy and control over personal information. As technology advances and we merge more with machines, the amount of data that can be collected on individuals increases exponentially. And when you combine this with the fact that companies like Twitter have access to vast amounts of data on its users, it starts to raise some serious red flags. Another concern is the potential for this technology to be used for nefarious purposes. Imagine a world where the government or corporations can control your every thought and action through a chip implanted in your brain. It's a world straight out of a science fiction novel, but it's not as far-fetched as you might think. With the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter, the potential for this kind of control becomes all the more real. But that's not the only concern. Transhumanism is also a topic of ethical debate, with questions being raised about what it means to be human and what are the limits of technology. There are also concerns that this technology could be used to create a new form of a class system, where only the wealthy and powerful have access to these enhancements, while the rest of society is left behind. So it's a double-edged sword. Transhumanism has the potential to bring about incredible advancements and benefits, but it also comes with a set of potential dangers and consequences that we need to consider. The dark reality. So we've talked about the potential dangers of the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter and the implications of transhumanism, but it's important to remember that this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole other level to this story that's even more sinister. You see, there are conspiracy theories that suggest that the CIA and FBI have contracts with Hollywood to influence the public's perception of technology through movies and other forms of media. Think about it. How many times have you seen a movie or TV show that features mind-reading technology or people with chips implanted in their brains? It's a common trope in science fiction, but what if it's not just fiction? What if the government is using Hollywood to prepare the public for a future where this kind of technology is a reality? It's a scary thought, but it's not as far-fetched as you might think. And it's not just about controlling what we see on screen, it's also about controlling how we respond to it. By conditioning us to view this kind of technology as normal through movies and TV shows, they're making it easier for us to accept it in real life. We're more likely to say, oh, that's just like in the movies, instead of questioning the true implications of the technology. So, when you look at the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter in this context, it starts to take on a whole new level of sinister. This isn't just about a tech mogul buying a social media platform, it's about a powerful organization with access to vast amounts of personal data and the potential to control our very thoughts and actions. It's a dark reality that we need to be aware of and prepared for. FBI and CIA's influence on Hollywood. So what does this have to do with NeuroLink and Twitter? Well, when you consider the fact that the FBI and CIA have been using their influence in Hollywood to shape public perception of their activities for decades, it starts to raise some serious questions about their involvement in this merger. Are they using their influence to shape public perception of transhumanism and the potential dangers of this technology? Are they using the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter to control the flow of information and manipulate public opinion? It's important to remember that the FBI and CIA are not just agencies that fight crime and protect national security, they are also powerful organizations with their own agendas. And when you consider the potential implications of the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter, it's not hard to imagine that they want to use their influence to control the narrative and shape public perception of this technology. This is a dark reality that we need to be aware of and prepared for. As we've seen in the past, the FBI and CIA have been known to use their influence in Hollywood to promote their own agendas, and there's no reason to believe that they wouldn't do the same in this situation. One example of the FBI's involvement in Hollywood is the film The FBI Story, which was released in 1959. This film was produced with the full cooperation of the FBI and aimed to showcase a positive image of the agency. The FBI allowed filmmakers to use its facilities and interview its agents, which gave the filmmakers an inside look at the FBI and helped them create a more authentic portrayal of the agency. Another example is the CIA's involvement in the film 3 Days of the Condor, which was released in 1975. The CIA reviewed the script and suggested changes to make the agency look more heroic. The filmmakers agreed to these changes and the film was a critical and commercial success. There are also examples of how the FBI and CIA have used their influence in Hollywood to shape public perception of their activities and to promote American values and ideals, and there's no reason to believe that they wouldn't do the same in this situation. With the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter, the government now has access to vast amounts of personal data and the potential to control our very thoughts and actions. It's crucial that we stay vigilant and question the true intentions behind this merger. Conclusion: the idea of a future where our thoughts and actions are controlled by a powerful organization is a frightening one. It's important to remember that the FBI and CIA are not just agencies that fight crime and protect national security, they are also powerful organizations with their own agendas. And when you consider the potential implications of the merger of NeuroLink and Twitter, it's not hard to imagine that they would want to use their influence to control the narrative and shape public perception of this technology. We must be vigilant and not let this technology lead us toward a totalitarian future where our privacy and freedom are compromised. We must stay informed and question the true intentions behind this merger so that we can be prepared for the dark reality that lies ahead. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.